Alright, and welcome back to the darkest dungeon. We have built up the runes quite far. We're already at level 3 here, and you can see that we're now having 5 quests to select from. And we need to start spreading out. And one of the things that I would want to see is us getting level 3. We would need to have at least 3 experience for the Vessel and Archie the Plague Doctor to level up. Unfortunately, the only quests here in the Cove and the Weald are short quests. Short quests give 2 experience, medium quests give 3 experience, long quests give 4 experience if it's the first tier, so the green quests. For the second tier, which are quests that are supposed to be level 3 to level 4. These start at 4 XP, so a short one here gives as much as a long one here. And then it goes like 4, 6, and 8. And the third tier of quests, which are going to come up once we're level 5, they will start, they effectively start at 8 and go like 8, 10, 12, or 8, 12, 16. So you get a lot more experience as you go for higher quests. Now, there's going to be a risk versus reward here. Going into a level 3 quest with level 2 characters is definitely maybe a more on the difficult side. We will take all of the items that we do have in order to survive there, and let's go to the provisioning. So it's a short quest. Since we're underleveled, I'll take more food just to make up for potential problems in the fight. We'll take the normal provisions, and yeah, let's go with our party. I'd like to see how the Warrens are going to be played out. So Warrens' new dungeon. The Warrens are I would describe it as an orcish ogre kind of environment. You will see a lot of berserks, a lot of swine characters, so there's a whole swine race, some mistreated characters. Yeah, there you go. I mean, that's right about it. And we see a new mechanic as well, which is the stealth mechanic. Stealth is active for a couple of rounds, and these creatures can only be targeted by either AoE abilities or by abilities that specifically target stealth creatures. Of course, we weren't prepared for stealth creatures, so we're decently fucked, so to speak. Which means let's get at least the guys in the back line and kill them. We're missing a lot of our abilities just because these characters are throughout the ranks all a little bit higher than we are, which means their dodge is also higher. So we effectively end up fighting more difficult battles. This guy needs to die very, very fast because he will increase our stress level, and I don't want to deal with such a high stress level. This guy needs to die next. Same argumentation, both of these here are stress inducing monsters. Oh gosh. Yeah, they also have a high speed, as you can see. We need to start counter healing slowly but surely. The stealth characters now are out of stealth. That's the good part about it. And we have killed both of the stress characters, which again is a good info. So let's stun as many of them as possible. We're killing the rest, and we just need to heal back up. We do not have the camping skills, which means, in essence, that we will need to deal with a stress level. Probably we'll come out of the whole out of this whole fight with a little bit more stress than what we're used to. Normally, our guys take no stress whatsoever due to the camping skills. This time, it's probably going to be more. We need to do all of the room battles. Oh gosh.
Ambushed by foul invention. In Radiance, may we find victory.
Wreck of Blades. I do not remember that one. It requires bandages. If you do have bandages and food, you will get some really nice treasure, which we of course do not have. There's a good chance of creating some bleeding, which I do not want to do right now. So we're going to skip this, because bleeding looks exactly like that. We need to eat a lot in order to counter that. Okay. Slowly but surely we're getting there.
Glittering gold, trinkets and baubles, paid for in blood.
Still waiting for the room battles. That's at least one room battle. And that's another one. So yeah, we need to get to the very end. He's a difficult fellow. So we will try to stun him. Horror is an ability which will stack stress. It's like a stress damage over time. Nothing to sneeze about. It can stack up quite fast. Four damage. Damn, we can't reach this guy. Too bad. Alright, he's dead. Very good. Now let's try to stun him.
Death by inches. Festering fear consumes the mind.
And the big problem is the stress dot even stacks up over time. So the longer we leave him unchecked, the worse it becomes. And boy oh boy, he has evaded every single hit so far. Now now when we hit him, he resists the stun. Wonderful. Oh, there we go. First stun.
ground quakes. This expedition at least promises success.
So let him take the moonshine barrel. That's a 30% damage boost right there. Oh gosh, that's a strong enemy. We need to kill the backline first though. Because we cannot afford to get more stressed out.
Mortality clarified in a single strike.
Yeah, he's hitting hard. And if I do not... If my memory serves me well, this guy... so the large corpse eaters start to spawn in the level 3 upwards dungeon. So in the normal dungeon, he wouldn't even be here. So yeah, pretty hard-hitting enemy. Our stun is 110% base, minus 70, that's only 40% chance to stun him. So might as well just attack. There we go. Okay, so far so good.
If only treasure could staunch the flow.
Little heirloom chest here. Okay. One more room. Oh, wait a second. We can get rid of Kleptomaniac. Oh, that would be so good. Oh, nice. Kleptomaniac trait removed. So Kleptomaniac was the one that let Roby constantly steal. And we didn't want that to happen. Roby's now infested with rabies. That's a double-edged sword, by the way. I like the extra damage, but the accuracy, the lack of accuracy is problematic. You want to make sure... Oh, gosh. So, first one just went crazy. Zircum went to 100%, which means this party here needs to definitely visit the sanitarium right after we're done here. And this hulking Swinetower is a very, very dangerous foe. So we need to be careful. He can charge, and the charge usually deals a lot of damage. Significant amounts. So we want to make sure that we can hit both of them and kill them as soon as possible.
A dizzying blow to body and brain.
Yeah, that's the rush. Luckily, it didn't crit.
The blood quickens. Press this advantage.
All right, so
No quarter.
no more, no more extra stress damage. And we either go for the Hulking Venator and kill him right away, which might be even a thing because he now took some extra damage. Yeah, I mean, why not? Let's just focus him and try to kill him as fast as possible. That's 8 damage per round. He has 28 hit points left over. Nine. So yeah, that's why we didn't want him to get pushed back, because he's ready to just charge again, but with a 12 damage per round, he will die. So this creature is already dead. The Venator is no more. Yeah, and I think we have the combat under control now.
The bigger the beast, the greater the glory.
A little bit of stress healing. But we need to kill him now, because otherwise we're going to get some extra stress. There we go.
Weapon that cuts on its own.
Good. Roby is quirk free. We were lucky enough to remove 2 quirks from him this this run, which is pretty good. I mean, 5 positive quirks, 0 negative ones aren't too bad. Good fucking job, Roby. Well done.
Some experiments should have never happened. You are doing just work ending them.
So, mediocre gold loot with about 7,000, but the heirlooms collected are phenomenal. This here doesn't matter. Warren's Folk isn't too good. So both of the quirks are not too bad.
Blood and delusion. He bears the burden of 1,000 lifetimes.
We now get the extra new classes. We have the Shield Bearer and we have the Flagelland. I'll explain both when the time has come. Now, you can see that the color changes here, which means these characters are now level 3. They will no longer go on to the low-level missions. They will only go on to level 3 and above missions. And that also means we will need to start leveling another group in the meantime. I'll do that in the background, but maybe before we leave this video, I can show you how stress relief is done for those who haven't seen it yet. So really what happens here is once we upgrade it, we take a look at whom we want to put into the stress relief. I mean, all of them are decently stressed out. I really don't like paying that much. We could just leave them there and wait until their stress diminishes over time. That's really one option. Yeah, that's pretty much the only option that we do have if we don't want to pay the money for it. However, that being said, if we want to continue with them, we would need to remove this the stress, and since Sirkim at the moment is paranoid, we definitely need to remove, we need to get him into a working condition. I'll leave the party for a couple of weeks because we're now going to start with the other parties. In order to save some money, you really at the beginning need to plan out for what you're going to save money. We're already at 35,000, and that's a really good start. And one of the reasons why we are at 35,000 is because we're not spending money for useless shit. So let's let them wait, let them come to their senses, and once they are at half, we'll go into a medium-long mission, and we'll take it from there. So see you in the next video, and I'll work on the next group.